You know that feeling when someone asks, "What do you do?" and you freeze because you're interested in like 7 different things? Yeah, me too. For years, I thought something was wrong with me. Turns out, we're not confused, we're M-shaped. And here's the crazy part. While everyone's obsessing over becoming a specialist, the future actually belongs to people like us. Society has a word for you too. They call you a dilettante, someone who is a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And the anxiety that comes with that label is immense. It can feel like your greatest strength. Your curiosity is also your biggest career liability. Today, we are going to dismantle that anxiety. We will look at the geometry of a successful career. 1. The death of the T-shaped expert and why nobody told you. Let's be honest, we've all heard the career advice, right? Pick one thing, master it. Become a T-shaped professional. One deep expertise, maybe a few shallow skills. That was the golden formula for the last 20 years. But here's what shocked me when I started researching this. That model is already dying. Think about it. The world's most complex problems today, climate change, AI ethics, healthcare innovation, they don't fit into neat little boxes anymore. You can't solve the mental health crisis with just psychology. You need neuroscience, technology, sociology, and design thinking all working together. A Stanford study from 2022 found that 73% of breakthrough innovations came from teams with diverse knowledge domains. Fancy words for people who knew multiple fields deeply, not just one. And yet we're still telling kids to specialize or perish. You're probably wondering, so what's the alternative? That's where the M-shape comes in. 2. What the hell is M-shaped? Anyway, picture the letter M. 2 deep valleys of expertise connected by a bridge of integration. Unlike T-shaped people, 1 deep skill, M-shaped individuals master 2 or more distinct domains. And here's the magic. They can synthesize them in ways specialists never could. Let me give you a real example. Steve Jobs wasn't just a tech guy. He obsessed over calligraphy, Zen Buddhism, and design philosophy. When he built the Mac, he didn't just create a computer, he created an experience that merged technology with art. That's M-shaped thinking. Or look at Elon Musk, physics, engineering, business, and manufacturing. He doesn't just understand rockets, he understands the supply chain, the economics, the materials science, and the public relations. That's why SpaceX could do what NASA couldn't. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't need to be a billionaire genius to use this. I know a graphic designer who learned basic coding. Not enough to be a developer, but enough to understand how websites actually work. Suddenly, her design work became 10x more valuable because she could bridge the gap between design teams and dev teams. She became irreplaceable. Now here's where it gets interesting. 3. Why your too many interests might be your superpower. Remember when teachers told you to focus and stop jumping between hobbies? Yeah, they were wrong. Neuroscience research from MIT shows that polymathic brains exposed to multiple domains, develop stronger neural pathways for creative problem solving. Your brain literally gets better at connecting dots that others can't see. Think of it like this. If you only know marketing, you solve problems with marketing solutions. But if you know marketing, psychology, and data analytics, you're suddenly seeing patterns and opportunities that pure marketers miss entirely. Here's a wild stat. LinkedIn's 2023 workforce report found that job postings requesting cross-functional skills increased by 158% in just 3 years. Companies aren't looking for narrow specialists anymore. They're hunting for people who can wear multiple hats and translate between departments. But, and this is crucial, there's a difference between being M-shaped and being a jack of all trades, master of none. 4. The M-shaped formula, how to actually build this. So how do you become M-shaped without spreading yourself too thin? Here's the framework I wish someone had given me 10 years ago. Step 1. Identify your 2 peaks. Choose 2 domains that genuinely fascinate you and have practical overlap potential. Not random stuff, there needs to be a connection point. Examples. Writing combined with data science can turn into data storytelling or content strategy. Psychology paired with user experience design often leads to behavioral design or product psychology. Finance blended with sustainability can become ESG investing or green economics. Teaching aligned with technology opens the door to edtech and online course creation. Step 2, go deep, not wide. This isn't about dabbling. You need to reach intermediate to advanced level in both domains. That means 2 to 3 years of focused learning per domain. Real projects, not just courses. Understanding the language, culture, and problems of each field. Step 3, build the bridge. This is where magic happens. Actively look for problems that require both your skills. Position yourself at the intersection. It's at the intersection where you become rare. And when something is rare, it becomes valuable. A friend of mine combined nursing plus software development. Now, she builds healthcare apps that actually make sense for medical staff because she's lived both worlds. She's not competing with 1 million nurses or 1 million developers. She's in a category of like 50 people. But wait, it gets better. 5, the future is already here, and it's M-shaped. Let's talk about what's actually happening in the job market right now. AI is eating specialist jobs for breakfast. ChatGPT can write basic code. Midjourney can create decent graphics. But you know what AI absolutely sucks at? Integration, context, nuance, human judgment across multiple domains. The jobs that will thrive in the next decade are the ones that require translating between technical and non-technical teams, combining creative and analytical thinking, understanding both the human and technological sides of problems, navigating ethical, practical, and business considerations simultaneously. These aren't specialist jobs. These are M-shaped jobs. A McKinsey report from late 2023 predicted that by 2030, over 65% of high-value roles will require fusion skills, their term for what we're calling M-shaped capabilities. The real question is, are you going to keep apologizing for your multiple interests, or are you going to weaponize them? All right, let's bring this home. Here's what we covered. First, the old T-shaped model is dying because complex problems need multi-domain thinking. Second, M-shaped professionals master 2 or more fields and synthesize them in unique ways. Third, your too many interest problem might actually be your biggest career advantage if you structure it right. Now, if you found yourself listening to this and thinking, my problem isn't that I have too many interests. My problem is that I quit the moment things get difficult. That is perfectly okay. That just means you are at a different part of the journey. I would recommend you start by watching our previous video. It will give you the tools to build that first foundational muscle. So here's my question for you. Would you rather go super deep in one thing or master 2 domains and own the intersection? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. And just out of curiosity, what do you do for a living right now? If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and remember, your scattered interests aren't a bug, they're a feature. See you in the next one.